This video is sponsored by Mage Light Candle Company. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're gonna be looking at hot takes. This is a good one. They're gonna be spicy, all right? So if you feel a little frisky, be sure to let me know any of your insane, crazy, off-the-cuff musical hot takes in the comments down below this video. Now, I did make a community post that got 0 responses asking you guys what your musical hot takes were. So if you didn't see that post or didn't feel like engaging with it, engage in the comments. Let me know. I want to know. So I went on my own personal Facebook page and asked some of my own friends, some of whom are just avid music listeners, some of whom are professionals and players and audio engineers and producers within the music industry, what some of their hot takes were. Okay, let's jump in because this is going to be good. I'm excited. I'm excited for this. First up, this guy specifically asked me to show his name. He was unafraid and unapologetic. So this is my buddy Brandon. He's a former coworker of mine. He's also an incredible guitar player and singer-songwriter. He said, Dylan's, as in Bob Dylan's, lyrics are like my ADHD running wild and he can't sing. I mean, I hate to say I agree, but I kind of agree. A pioneer, yes, but not the best to do it. I think we've had some genuinely great songwriters that have done better. And he then specifically said, show my name. I want to fight people over this. So you know who to go after if you dislike what he had to say about the great Bob Dylan. You know, my thing with Bob Dylan is I kind of agree with Brandon here. Like, he was a pioneer of his time. He was doing things that were very new and innovative for the time, but also I just can't stand his voice. I just something about that like talky singing just really grinds my gears, you know? And it's not for everybody. Some people love it, but that style of singing I've never personally been a fan of either. Even though I like more of Bob Dylan's stuff than a lot of other people, like a lot more of his contemporaries, I still just don't like the way he sings. I just don't, for some reason. Next one, Pearl Jam is ass. Ooh, whoa. Jesus Christ. Coming in swinging with Pearl Jam is ass, Tool is ass. The Beatles didn't revolutionize anything. They were just at the right place at the right time. Metallica got better with time, even though their fans cry about their 80s albums being better. Good Lord, yes, they do. Exception, Saint Anger. It was trash. Yes, it is. And Megadeth is the best out of the big four with an Anthrax as a close second? Okay. Now, let's pick this one apart a little bit. Is Pearl Jam ass? I wouldn't say ass. I think, I don't listen to grunge really, so I guess I can't have too much of a take, but Even Flow is annoying. That's the only Pearl Jam song I can name off the top of my head, so maybe that tells you how much I know about and listen to Pearl Jam. Tool being ass, that's dangerous. I mean, Tool fans are like nerdy Slayer fans. They're not gonna carve Tool into like the back of their head or anything at like a Tool concert, but they'll argue with you for like an hour and a half over why Lateralis is like the greatest album ever made and why Maynard you know who Maynard is like some prodigal lyrical genius. Beatles not revolutionizing anything? I mean, would I call the Beatles revolutionary? No, I wouldn't call the Beatles revolutionary. I would say it was kind of a lightning in a bottle thing. I would agree with that, right place, right time, but also they were doing some very interesting things with like, they may not have been innovating in their music, except for the Sgt. Pepper stuff. A lot of the Sgt. Pepper stuff was really wild and really out there. Even like the stuff on Abbey Road and the White Album, it was very unique for the time, and I think a lot of it still holds up to this day. But where they really innovated was in how they were recording their albums. They were doing things with audio engineering and with mic placement, miking techniques, retracking things, dubbing, overlaying sounds that no one had done before. And I think that's where a lot of people say that they were innovative, is not so much in the music, but in the production of the music. That's where a lot of their innovation, I think, came from. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was the Beatles that started miking the front and backs of amps. If I'm wrong, I'm sure the editor will put a big old fact check calling me a big dumb idiot. You are an idiot. And we'll set the record straight, but I'm pretty sure that's where it came from. Now, as far as Metallica, I'm a huge Metallica fan. I'm a diehard Metallica fan. Getting better with age, like getting better over time. That's interesting. I mean, you have Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, and Master of Puppets off the rip, you know, starting at, what is going on by my window? I think a bug's trying to get in my window. I have my windows open because it's hot up here. Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, classic flagship thrash metal, right? Justice, flagship thrash, even if you hate the mix. A standard in thrash metal, and a standard even in like progressive music, because that's when they started writing. I mean, Master of Puppets was when Metallica started writing like 6-7 minute epic songs, and then they just sort of did more of that on Injustice for All. And then in like the mid to late 90s is when things got a little weird. I mean, that's when James was like drinking the most, and he was doing all this crazy stuff. They were getting the moniker Alcoholica around this time, I believe. That's when you have like Load and Reload, which are weirdly like rockabilly albums. Like, it's not even metal. It's like hard rock with some like country influences. I mean, James Hetfield had a mullet, for Christ's sakes, and wore a cowboy hat all the time. So I don't know. I like some of the songs on those records, like Devil's Dance, Mama Said, King Nothing. Oh my God, that's an incredible song. Saint Anger. So here's my hot take about Saint Anger. I think Saint Anger is a bad album, but I think it was necessary that they made Saint Anger, or else the band would have imploded. I think Metallica wouldn't be around if they hadn't made it, because everything was so tumultuous. They needed some kind of outlet to get that negative energy out of the band. I mean, Cliff's passing, Jason immediately entering the band and them just continuing a tour instead of pausing to grieve. All the drinking, the rehab, the therapy, Jason leaving or getting fired, or whatever story you want to go with. Then having Bob Rock play bass on the record, which was already a huge oof. It was a huge goof to have Bob Rock play bass on that record. There was just so much going on. There was so much tumult in Metallica at the time that I think that if they hadn't made that record, they would have just broken up and they never would have made another album again. Is it a bad album? Yes, objectively a bad album. The songwriting sucks. The mix sucks. Lars's snare makes me want to... I could bash my head against the wall and make a better snare sound than Lars's snare on Saint Anger. But it was necessary. That's my hot take. You can fight me in the comments. I don't care. And just to round off this one comment, I've spent a lot of time on it. I would not put Anthrax second. My personal big four is Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, Megadeth. I said it. I said it. Sue me. I don't care. Next hot take. Hey, hate to jump in. I hope you're enjoying the video. I want to talk real quick about the sponsor of this video, Mage Light Candle Company. Now, if you're like me, you hate being stinky. You hate stinky things. You hate things that are smelly. What if you could have the nice smelling thing? Have you ever wondered what a character from your favorite video game smells like? Or what maybe an album that you really like smells like? Well, today's sponsor, Mage Light Candle Company, is exactly the thing for you, because all of their candles are themed after those exact things. Themed after video games, music, TV shows. They have a line of candles and diffusers for your car from games like Baldur's Gate and Stardew Valley. They have a line of candles from the show Bridgerton that are inspired by the characters. Check this out. For my birthday, they were so kind to make this custom White Tree of Gondor scented candle. What's cool about these candles is, first of all, it's 100% soy wax. It burns for like 30 hours. It's like an 8-ounce candle, burns for 30 hours, lasts forever. I got this candle back in March. It's June now, and I just burned through the last of this candle like last week, and I burn it a lot. I went through this candle like crazy, and it still lasted 2 months, 3 months, okay? This particular candle was white pine, geranium, and patchouli. They use 100% natural ingredients, no processed ingredients whatsoever. They're all made by hand, all made from scratch. Wonderful, wonderful people over there. So if you want any gaming or music or TV inspired candles to see maybe what your favorite character or album might smell like, click the link in my description, go to their Etsy store, order some candles, get yourself some diffusers, make your house smell wonderful year round. Back to the video. Don Brocco is frat boy metalcore. I have no idea who that is. Who are you people? Who is Don Brocco? Can someone tell me? Because I do not know. Moving on. If Kurt Cobain, oh boy. Oh no. If Kurt Cobain hadn't died young, Nirvana would have become another forgotten 90s band. is there some legitimacy to that claim? Could be. I mean, I think there is some legitimacy in saying that there are artists that maybe didn't get popular until they were already passed, because it was like a oh man, this guy died, I never heard their music, let me go listen to it, and then they find out that they like it and become a fan. Is that what happened more often than not? It's like, oh whoa, that's this crazy story about this Kurt Cobain guy, let me listen to his band. Oh wow, Smells Like Teen Spirit is a good song. Oh wow, Heart Shaped Box is awesome. You know, like, that could be certainly a way that someone would become a fan of Nirvana and a fan of Kurt Cobain. But they were also plenty popular while he was alive already. I mean, the MTV Unplugged show that he did is famous. It's like a legend in music, that performance. And I don't know if I agree with this take that they would have been forgotten. Would they have been as successful? I think that's a stance you can more easily argue, is that they might not have been more successful, but forgotten? I don't think so. Okay, this one I definitely agree with. Johnny Cash music is boring. Most people like it because Johnny Cash is a rebel and it's cool to like Johnny Cash. Yes, 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 yes. Unless you're talking about Ghost Riders in the Sky, Johnny Cash is so boring. Now, to be fair, to be completely fair, me and this particular person both worked for the same production company, running sound as audio engineers for a very long time. He, in fact, still works there. So we've heard Johnny Cash, and we live in a country town, if that gives you any idea of where I might have worked. This one's gonna get me in trouble. Taylor Swift just isn't good. She's only famous because she steals her content and sound from successful artists and has been basically a meme because she writes terrible lyrics about her exes. Okay, so Taylor Swift has been the immediate darling for well over a decade now. Everyone loves Taylor, but lately, you know, she's been getting a little bit of flack for her most recent album. Some people are calling vapid. Some people are calling it just the most pretentious lyricism that you could possibly produce. It's egotistical. It's a litany of things. The production is insane. I mean, of course, it's a Taylor Swift album. The production is gonna be crazy. Like, so sonically, it sounds great. God, I hate it. I hate the new Taylor Swift album. The Tortured Poets Department. I think it's just a snooze fest. Songs are boring. They're monotone. It's the most she's ever sounded, and I find that noise so horrendously obnoxious. Does Taylor Swift have good songs? Yes. Yes, Swifties. Taylor Swift makes good music, sure. This ain't it. This new album just isn't it. A lot of modern artists in multiple genres sing in cursive, quote unquote, but only a select few of them get made fun of it for it, and the double standard really has me upside down smiley emoji face ×3. I didn't really understand the singing in cursive thing for a long time. I think if I remember it right, it's like the Tones and I, Vessel from Sleep Token does this apparently, and a number of other artists. I'm not sure if like Halsey would fall into that category of singing or not, but there definitely is a double standard when it comes to criticizing people who sing in that style, primarily aimed at female singers, and that's unfortunate. Like, I have no problem with it as a whole. It's just a technique like anything else. It's like using autotune. It's a tool. When certain singers do it, I really can't stand it. And when other certain singers do it, I like it a lot. When Tones and I sings, I want to rub a cheese grater against the front of my face. But when Vessel does it, I like it. I like the way Halsey sings. If you would even call that singing in cursive, I don't think so. I literally can't name other artists right now. Let me know in the comments other artists that do the singing in cursive thing, and if I haven't heard of them, I'll check them out. Okay, this one is from the singer for my band. He says, a lot of the singers they tout as the best have mid voices, terrible control, little to no range, and no depth. I think I agree. I think a lot of singers nowadays have figured out a formula that works, and they're not deviating from it. There's a very particular tone and a very particular style of singing that's very popular right now, and not a lot of people are deviating away from that or trying anything different, and there's nothing wrong with sticking to what works. I mean, pop music is pop for a reason. It's popular. It's what sells records. But it's also boring. It's monotone. I've said that word before, but it's just not innovative. It's not interesting to listen to. Even if like the song itself is good, if the vocal performance isn't capturing my attention, I'm going to skip it. There has to be a good vocal performance. Even if you are an avid music listener and a music appreciator, I hate using that meme here, but even if you care for more than just the lyrics and the melody, like if the vocal performance is subpar or feels just generic and sort of rehashed, I don't think it's going to hold the attention of people as well as someone who's doing something different or has a unique quality to their voice. Now, sometimes you can't control how your voice sounds. Your voice is your voice, and that's just the end of it. But you can use different techniques, vowel placement, the shape of your mouth, how you're utilizing your vocal folds, your breath, all to influence and morph your voice into something that could be unique. And maybe it's something that someone hasn't heard before. That doesn't just sound like another top 40 record. Next one, but this one is from my lovely wife. She says, mumble rap is the worst thing to ever happen to the rap genre. And I agree so hard with this take. I hate mumble rap. It's so fucking obnoxious. I can't understand what they're saying. It's the beats. It's that SoundCloud rap shit. And I hate that. I hate it so much. And I love rap music, particularly like 80s, 90s, early 2000s rap and hip hop. That's sort of my bag. Tupac, Biggie, Wu-Tang Clan, Eazy-E and NWA and Dre and Death Row Records, Snoop Dogg, The Game, all those guys. That's my bag. That's the kind of hip hop that I like. Even like more modern stuff with like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, which I'm not going to bother making a video about the Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole beef and Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. It's already been done. And that fight is over. Yeah, mumble rap sucks. It should have never existed, and I'm sorry that it did. And guys, so far, that's it. I really want to make a part 2 to this video. I really want to make this a series. So please, 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 let me know what you think of these hot takes down in the comments below. Let me know your own personal hot takes. It could be about any genre, any artist, any time period of music. It could be a hot take about something I've said. I don't care. I just want to hear from you. I want to know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really, really appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with me. Be sure to like the video as well. Help the algorithm. And if you want to see more excellent music content, be sure to click that subscribe button and click that bell so you get notified every time I post a new video. And again, click that link in the description. Go check out Mage Light Candle Company and get yourself some wonderful smelling candles and some wonderful smelling diffusers for your car, all based around your favorite artists and your favorite video game / nerdy binging materials. See ya.